Hi, it's Sonia. So this is an elbow release. So we have two arm bones. The thumb side is the radial and the pinky side is the ulna. It's gonna be an ulna release, although I'll kind of talk about this too, but your elbow pain is probably coming from one of the muscles that rotates, because if the palm is up, the two bones are next to each other, and then when you turn it, one bone will wrap over the other. So Madeline Black has a great book. So here's the muscle that we're talking about, and then see the membrane in between. Actually, that's what we're going to release with this. So if you tend to type a lot, have palm down, you tend to be a climber and pulling down, your elbow is a symptom of your muscles being tight. So I'm going to teach you how to do a fascia release, and then that's going to release the length of two of the bones, so that way if you do any wrist bearing planks or anything like that, you can better weight on them. So one way to check your flexibility is actually to do this. I once fell, so this one feels a lot stiffer when I do this. If I kind of push out to kind of see, that feels tighter. This is another way of just checking. So my elbow's out to the side, I'm pulling it in, I can feel that nerve stretch. This side I feel nothing. You can try it to the front too, but I don't feel like that's as much. So you're just learning that. So then, because I'm gonna do the ulna, which is the pinky side, you're gonna have your thumb or your fingers, just be exploratory. Turn your palm up and down and try to find the space between the two bones. Don't hurt yourself. So if you don't push yourself too much and go through a lot of pain, you typically won't cause more inflammation and set yourself back, but just be gentle with it. And then, you might not require a lot of touch to really hurt yourself, so back off. Your nervous system needs to be calm, and if it doesn't feel good, don't do as much. Some people love the hard stuff, so I'm having my thumb come on the back side, because this arm bone is what we're doing here. So here, and then my fingers are digging in. And because my palm is up, it's passive, so my legs are crossed so we can have it be passive. I'm rotating this arm bone in, and my fingers are digging into the space between the right and the left arm bone. You're gonna wait for a release. It might take 1 to 3 minutes for a release. So you might feel tightening, because fascia can be fibrous or water, so you might feel it stiff, and then you might feel it loosen up. Now I'm going to go down, so I'm digging my fingers into the soft part between the two bones. I'm twisting it in, so I'm just adding more rotation. Going in, and you might feel how some spots might need more release than others. You might need to hold it a little bit. As you start to get down towards the wrist, you might feel it differently. So with the palm up, what I can also do is then rotate this, so my thumb's now in the middle. My fingers are around this, ooh, feel that. And then I'm rotating it up, or rotating it out in a way, because my palm is up. And then I dig in, I hold, try shoulders down, try to work the armpits, and then rotate it this way, going all the way down. You can see as I go down my forearm, how that makes my flex my wrist. I'm not doing that, that's just tight forearm. So you can start to then feel when your elbow bothers you, what part do you feel? So now that was only palm up. Already I feel so much looser, and I don't feel that tension that I felt when I did this. So now palm down. So find a bone. Because it's palm down, now I'm gonna grab just this bone, because we're doing both. My thumb's coming in the middle, and I'm rotating this bone in. Nice and easy. My thumb's on the inside, so I'm trying to get a little bit of fascia release in there, trying to have my hand be passive. So you could have someone do this to you, but you can also do it on your own. So this is the fascia between the two bones. This isn't necessarily addressing the forearm. You can also address the forearm, which is when you flex or extend the wrist. There's also the muscles that do this, but because we tend to live more in this rotation, I find this just a little better to release. So then I'm doing the palm down here. Then what I can do is keep the palm down, try to relax my arm, so I'll bring my knee up. And now I'm trying to grab the other part of the bone, so that ulna getting really close to the elbow. So this is where I have elbow on the inside, and I forget, golf elbow or tennis elbow, one's on the inside, one's on the outside, but if I kind of go across the muscle too, I can feel a string, which is my muscle, and you can kind of go across it or up and down it, but I'm really just trying to get my thumb in there and just gently release it. Now, some people, one bone is too rotated more than the other. So if you tend to be a hypermobile person that kind of loses stability, you really should keep in mind where the two bones should be. So if you were to put your hands down here, you want this bend of the wrist to be perpendicular to you, and then you want the hand to kind of be perpendicular. So that's here, and then a straight alignment would kind of be between the second and third fingers. So if I'm doing any planks or any yoga, I'm gonna come down here. Now, a lot of times people roll out and they lift here up. So you really wanna try to be pushing down through the inner triangle here of the thumb side, so you weight bear on that bone. Now, when you do this, where are your elbows looking? So you have the eyes of the elbow, the outer elbow, and then we'll just call it the eyes. If you're down here, are the eyes looking forward? And notice where the eye looks and this bone here. So people say that they have a big bone after an injury, and it actually could be the rotation of your forearm and how it meets here. Because when the eyes look in at each other, that bone should tuck in a little bit. Now, if I'm just doing planks, this is good. So then when I'm doing push-ups, where to direct the elbow to, I like that 45-degree angle out, because then I can feel my armpit stabilizers a little bit more. But bony protrusions are muscle attachments, muscles attached to ligaments, attached to tendons, attached to bone. So if your muscle's too rigid, it might pull your ligaments or your tendons, and the fascia might hold the pattern. So all of this is with the forearm. The forearm is very similar to your calf. I'm not going to go into it, but you could release between the two shin bones that make up the calf and the shin. That could help your foot and your knee. So hopefully this helps your elbow pain. So just trace around and be exploratory as far as where you feel what's really tight and where the pain is, and where you feel it on the elbow. Thanks. Have a good day.